So how much is a good time worth? Well, a growing number of Oklahoma towns are discovering plenty. Entertainment is a growth industry here in Oklahoma, attracting people to our state from all around the globe. And that was evident at the recent Will Rogers Wild West Expo in Claremore. It's an 1880s Wild West style show that brings international visitors here to compete in everything from expert riding and shooting to the rope tricks that made Will Rogers famous. And what better person to send for a good old dose of true Western heritage than our very own city-born and bred reporter, Jessica Lowe.
From climbing up on a horse for the first time to dropping a $500 gun.
You don't want to do.
No, that's not what you just broke it.
Becoming an Oklahoma cowgirl ain't easy.
We'll take that one again.
Take two.
So my respect for the Western cowboy has grown after a visit to the Will Rogers Wild West International Expo, an explosive competition that's keeping alive the legacy of the great Oklahoma icon, Will Rogers. Kim Rogers is his grandson.
And even though in the 30s he'd achieved this great fame and so on, but he's still in the back of his mind. He says, you know, someday it might all go away and I got to go back to what I started with. So consequently, Dad said he just practiced all the time, and that was his fun.
And fun for a lot of these international cowboys who are resurrecting the traditional, yet dangerous sports of the American West.
This is a great part of our American history that for a while had sort of died out.
Over 300 professional men and women from 6 countries and 34 states spent a weekend in Claremore showcasing their unique sporting skills. And for professional whipcracker Chris Camp, it's a sport he's been passionate about since his youth.
I started cracking whips when I was about 13 years old. It was because I was a big fan of the Indiana Jones movie, and my parents got me a really cheap $2 whip at a stockyard, and I learned how to do the basic stuff from there.
And Chris says perfecting this sport takes a lot of practice before he even hits center stage.
I do about 150 shows a year, and I travel all over the United States, and it's made a really great living for me.
So I trusted Chris's work experience enough to put my own life on the line. But please, don't try this at home.
And it's just one of the great tricks that people love to see is having someone take something out of another person's mouth with a whip. And it's very dangerous. So unless you know what you're doing, it excites people because of the danger factor.
Exciting for viewers and performers.
You can't find nothing else more exciting than the things that I do. And here we are in Claremore with the competition of the knives, the guns, the whips, the ropes. There's nothing else more exciting.
And not all of these cowboys are boys. Paula Soletnik adds a twist to the Wild West Expo as one of the first female gun twirlers.
I actually started off as a stunt woman. I learned how to fall off buildings, get hit by cars, you know, do horse stuff and all that, and saw the guys twirling the guns, and I said I wanted to do it, and they said, nah, your hands are too small, you can't do it, so I had to prove them wrong.
Pistol Packin' Paula is the only woman in the entire U.S. who twirls real guns and makes a living doing it.
They weigh about 2.5 pounds, so they're pretty heavy. After a while, after twirling for about 5 minutes, they turn into 5 or 20.
She's good, and she knows it.
I don't know, I guess it's just been in my blood to entertain, and if I can make somebody forget about their problems for 2 minutes and make them laugh or make them be amazed, I'll do it. You know, because I think everybody needs that little help once in a while.
Yeah, there you go.
And the Western cowboy and cowgirl spirit is evolving into an even bigger international sport. Rebecca Westholm and Angela Wand are entertainers who traveled all the way from Sweden to learn Oklahoma rope tricks.
I must say it's also about filling a gap in entertainment.
Yes, absolutely.
We can get jobs, we can get... people love it. It's great to watch the ropes. I mean, look at that, and the whips. We get a lot of American culture back home, but it becomes Swedenized. So it's nice to get the authentic, the real Route 66, and to be here hands-on.
And their thoughts about Oklahoma?
It's just fantastic, and the weather is so warm.
And we learned the Oklahoma song.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma, where the wind, la, 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 la. Yeah, that's all we know. We hope to learn the whole song by the time we leave.
And then there's 10-year-old Cody Lamb, a skip racer and trick roper competing against contestants twice his age.
When I was 7, I won the Most Promising Young Trick Roper Award. And last year, I was the first recipient of the Will Rogers Rising Star Award. And I also won the Texas Skip Race last year. I just won the Texas Skip Race again this year.
Making the Wild West arts and the memory of Will Rogers race right into the 21st century. It's a rich heritage that's still living on and spreading throughout our world.